My dad is gonna hate this video. Video games, ooh, what a waste of time. What a waste of money. What a waste of effort. Why don't you do something productive? Why don't you hit a little ball off a tee and try to get it in that hole way over there? That's productive. Oh, well, you're outdoors. Oh, I understand. You're enjoying nature. Oh, yeah, and you dropped what, $200 on that new driver? Look, I have nothing against golf. I used to play it and I understand the appeal. I'm just not very good at it. But video games, they get a horrible rap. I'm a gamer, been a gamer my whole life. And when you talk about things like, what a waste of time, what a waste of effort, what a waste of money, looking all the way back to my childhood, some of my best memories are playing games, whether it's with my friends or with my family at Christmas time. We're gamers. We're a gamer family. We're so much a gamer family, it's ridiculous. You want to play some Switch? They're right here. Yeah, we got Switch. Kids love coming to our house because we got everything. There's Mario and Toad stuff. I didn't even have, I had to take 10 steps to find all this stuff. You want to play with an amiibo? We got an amiibo. You want a Switch Pro controller? We got that. We're on the Xbox One. Oh, we got all those PS4s. Yeah, we have multiple PS4s. We got gold edition controllers. You want to kick it old school for a while? Let's kick it off with some Wii U. Great games there. Oh, hey, want to play some DS, 3DS? All right, we got 5 of those. We are a gaming family, and you know, I understand people who, I understand there needs to be a little bit of restrictions put on it, and we have that in our home. We have parental controls, we have a Disney Circle so they can only play online games for a set amount of time a day. So we're trying to keep it under control, and I understand the merits of reading, homework, being outside. We do all those things. I do lots of things. I don't just game. I volunteer, I run, work. You know, I'm trying to raise this family. When the kids are in bed, you know, I try to spend some time with my wife and we'll do some things together. So, I mean, I'm not just hardcore gamer all the time. I just think video games get such a bad rap. Now, if you're disagreeing with me now, this would be a good time to just shut this off. I'm gonna talk now about my top 10 games that I played last year. I played, 27 reviewed. The year before that I reviewed 30, 47 the year before that, 51 the prior to that. So I'm down to like half the games that I used to play. So again, rant out of the way. Okay, my top 10, I'm gonna give out 2 shout outs because I actually have this list narrowed down to 12. 2 shout outs was Paladins on the Nintendo Switch. Paladins is an Overwatch clone. If you have a console or a PC, don't play Paladins, play Overwatch. But if all you have is this, Paladins is a great Overwatch clone, objective-based shooter. It's free to download. And I was unlocking characters like bang, 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 like one a day of a 40 character roster. Never put any money into it, but had a lot of time into the game. So Paladins is a good game. Number 11, I have Uncharted Lost Legacy. It was considered downloadable content for the Uncharted 4, but it ended up being its own game. Uncharted Lost Legacy. If you like Uncharted, you know what you're getting into. Uncharted Lost Legacy is worth checking out. Okay, now to the top 10. Number 10 on the Nintendo Switch, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This was a game that was on Wii U. Well, this is becoming really handy. This was a game that was on Wii U a number of years ago. I never actually got it there, but when it came to Switch, I'm like, cool, I can play this portably. And it's a neat little puzzle game. You control Toad from the Super Mario series. You can't run and jump. You have a 3D platforming. It's a 3D platforming puzzler. You really have to work the camera on there to figure your way through a level. Just delightful. Just a delightful game. So charming. So much charm. Number 9, also on the Nintendo Switch, Blossom Tales. Blossom Tales is a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past clone. It's very similar to the game. I convinced my son Cole to buy it because I wanted to play it. He bought it. I played it on his Switch. It's an awesome game. I believe it's also available on PC. You should check out Blossom Tales if you like those old school, like Super Nintendo Zelda games from like the mid 90s or so. Number 8, also, wow, this is a Switch heavy list. Also on the Nintendo Switch, Stardew Valley. I really didn't know if this game was for me, but it got a ton of praise, so I thought I'd give it a try. Stardew Valley, you're working in the big city and you're tired of the daily grind, so you inherit a farm and you have to grow your farm. I understand it doesn't sound like the most thrilling thing, but it's really slow paced. It's got a lot of charm. It's like reading a good book. If I read a book, maybe I could relate to that better. Switch getting a lot of love on this list. Number 7 is the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. Crash 1, 2, 3. All 3 games originally on PlayStation, now on a variety of consoles. It's also on PS4, Xbox One. But I played it on the Switch because I could play it portably. And it was an awesome game. I never finished them. Crash 1 is insanely difficult, but I managed to power through all 3 of these games, beat them all to the end. They get easier as they go. So if you want to get used to the controls, maybe start with Crash 3 and move your way down. I started with Crash 1, I'm like, I'm gonna get the hardest one out of the way, and then the other ones were kind of a cakewalk. It was a really good game, a lot of content there, a lot of fun. The only downside I see is I don't know if I'm really gonna want to go back to these games, but I did really enjoy my time with them, the time that I did spend with them. Number 6, Mario plus Rabbids. This is a genre, turn-based strategy. I don't know, this is a genre of game that I never ever put much time into, but I decided to give it a go just because I'd heard such great things about it. It's awesome. It's actually got me playing another game this year very similar called Into the Breach. So it opened me up to a whole new genre of game. This is not a traditional Mario game. Yeah, it's Mario and the Rabbids from the Rabbids series, Rayman on various platforms. And it's turn-based strategy. You move your characters around the map, and you have to plan your shots, and it's kind of like chess. It's kind of like chess, but I still suck at chess, so don't ask me to play chess. Number 5 was on the Xbox One, and that was Titanfall 2. One of your more traditional shooters. This was a great game. It was a first-person shooter. Had a great campaign and great multiplayer, I guess. I didn't touch the multiplayer. I only played the campaign. Every single level is like a new game. That's how I described it to someone. Every single level is like a new game. They add a gimmick, and it totally changes things up. It's got a heartwarming story about a boy and his robot, actually a man and his mech, but boy and robot just sounds so much better, doesn't it? Titanfall 2, it's an awesome game. You can find it, actually they have this game at Dollarama. So if you get lucky and you go to a Dollarama and you see Titanfall 2 on Xbox One or PlayStation 4, check it out. Titanfall 2 is a great game. Moving on, number 4, getting into the real good stuff now. Real good stuff back on that Switch. Celeste. It's an indie platformer, very difficult, very heartwarming story. I don't know how they did it. Amazing soundtrack. It's a really hard game though. It's intentionally hard. You gotta stick with it. You gotta stick with it and master the controls, and then soon enough you'll be flying through levels. And it's got a few real head scratchers too in there. I got to one point I'm like, oof, I don't know if this game is for me, but I stuck with it. Celeste is an awesome game. Number 3, Super Hot. This is a VR game. I didn't even know it was a VR game until after I played the console version. Super Hot's an awesome game. It's another first-person shooter, but it's a bit of a puzzle game too. Time only moves when you move. So if you're standing completely still, you can kind of look around the screen. The minute you move your body or your look or something like that, then things will fly. So someone could shoot a bullet, and the bullets are like bullet time from the Matrix. Remember that? You can actually stop, stand still, and try to figure your way out of it. It's fairly short. It's got a really cool story. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it can be found relatively cheap, and it's a lot of fun. Super Hot, would recommend that. Number 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. This game, I didn't think it was for me. I haven't played much Call of Duty recently, but a coworker of mine actually gave me some games and said, here, take these, trade them in, so that you don't have to pay so much for Call of Duty and come play with us. And so for most of November, part of December, at night, 9 o'clock at night, put this on, we would just play Call of Duty, and it wasn't this hardcore gaming experience. I'm not very good at it, so a lot of times I would die, and then you kind of have to watch your teammates play for a little while until you come back on, and we would just talk about everything, life, our wives, our kids. These guys are both older than I am, so we have not much, just a few years, but we had a lot of things to share, a lot of things to talk about, lots of joking around, lots of trash talk, a lot of things I can't mention here. This Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is 3 games in one, essentially. I only play one, Blackout. Blackout on Black Ops 4, worth the price of admission alone. Blackout's the Fortnite without the building. That's how I describe it. And number 1, my game of the year for 2018. On the Xbox One, Super Mega Baseball 2. This was my game of the summer. I played a ton of this game, a ton of a game. I used to play a lot of sports games, but in recent years, I just don't have the time and the commitment to get into and play a 162 game season, anything like that. This is an arcade baseball game on the surface, but it's incredibly deep. It's got amazing physics, it's beautiful to look at, and just oh so fun to play. You play online games, it's only 5 innings. You're in and out in about 50 minutes, and the best part about Super Mega Baseball 2 is I'm really good at it. I'm really good at it. If you've got a good understanding of baseball, all those things apply there. You need to know certain strategies, but you don't need to know these strategies. It helps when you get into some more competitive play, but if you want a casual pick-up fun game to play with your kids and you have a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and you like baseball, I cannot recommend this game enough. Much more accessible than MLB The Show. Much more fun than MLB The Show. Super Mega Baseball is my game of the year. That's my top 10 and my dad rant out of the way. Kind of a different vlog this week. So we'll be back to my more traditional videos real soon. So thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next week. More soon.